My name is Kimberly Epps. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, I was raised with my grandmother when I was a little girl. My mother and father had separated. Um, then I was switched with my father during my teenage years, and then almost adult, I went back to my mother. Growing up, it was alright as long as I was with my grandma. I felt safe and secure. Then when I got switched to my father, I wanted to stay with my grandma, but I couldn't. I had to go stay with my father. Then I had to go. I went back to stay with my mother. So my life been passed through going from mama, grandmother to going from mother, grandmother to father to mother. It ain't nice, but I always had someone in my life, a neighbor, somebody that kept me together and kept me going. I was abused when I was young. I was a victim of abuse. My grandmother, she grew up. When I was living with my grandmother, she's on Social Security. So I was in a home with Social Security, but my father, he worked as a longshoreman, and he was helping my grandmother out. When I ended up moving with my mother, she had a city job. I've always been raised up with middle class income. But for the most part, it's middle class income. My father did take us to Florida twice. We did travel as young children. So I did get to see Florida, that parts of the world. It was always back and forth down North Carolina. When I got out of high school, my first job was a fast food restaurant. First job was a fast food restaurant. I only worked it a week because of a disagreement with management. After that, I went and got my 90-hour certificate to work with kids. And I've been working with kids ever since. The most I made, which I'm making now, is $11.25 an hour. About to get a raise. I always stayed with a job for 6 or 7 years. I even worked in the school system as a temporary aide on temporary payroll. So I always had like a poor middle class income. I had four children. Thank God for them. They've been a blessing in my life. I had 2 boys and 2 girls. Raising them, I raised them up in the beginning on social service. I refused to go to work until my baby boy was able to walk and talk. When I went to work, because after I stopped working that fast food restaurant, I started having children. I didn't go to work until years later, until my baby boy was 4 or 5 years old. That was my first real job that I stayed on at the school system. After I went through a program and got my 90 hours through a Head Start. And through social service, I got to school. I got to school with the city, working as a temp on their payroll for 6 or 7 years. I have a son named Shahem. I have a son named Quentin. I have a daughter named Ashley and a daughter named Portia. Their ages is 27, 25, 24, 22. I raised them on social service in the beginning because I refused to go to work until, like I said, my baby was able to walk and talk. When he was able to walk and talk, that's when I went and got a job working at Bayou City. That was my first minimum wage job. From there, I went through the Head Start program, got my 90 hours, and started making $8-9 an hour. From there, I worked with the school system, making like $8.50 an hour on temporary payroll for 6 or 7 years. From there, I went to We Teach, We Tutor, making 9-something an hour. Before that, it was Kmart working overnight. I struggled in my lifetime, but I always struggled to try to keep my children in the home and clothes. I was married to their father. Then later on, I remarried. So I've been married twice. The first marriage was a real abusive one. So I finally woke up and got my divorce and left that when I'm currently in another marriage. My second marriage was in 2012. I'm blessed because I'm in a stable job now. I'm making $11.25 an hour, get ready to get a raise. I'm working my way to 12 something an hour. I have 3 of my children working. I got 4 I'm working, and the baby boy working in college. I had a rough life. I never had an easy life, and I thank God for it because it taught me and made me stronger. It helped me to go stronger. The lessons of life going along the way my life taught me, it built me, it made me a stronger, better person. I thank God my mother, my father, they still living on. My sister and brother still living on. My mother children and my father children. Yes, it's just a blessing living. Then when you have 4 children that you see they struggle, but they know how to survive because they know how you work and struggle and how you survive in life. I always was a worker and a provider, and thank God my children took on that trait and they're working and provider. They know how to work, they know how to survive, they know how to get over life challenges because that's what I did all my life. And they seen me overcome a lot. My grandmother was living, she was born and raised in North Carolina. She came up here from North Carolina with her brothers and sisters that live. Her sister that lived in Baltimore brought her up here. And she had brought my father up here when she was young. She talks about how she was treated as a little girl one time when she said that a white woman was spit in her food and offered to her. And it made me sad and I wanted to cry when I heard that. My grandma was still so hurt, even though she died at 89 years old of the abuse, the racial, the things they suffer from. My last words from my grandma was before she died was, "Don't let a white man throw dirt in her face." And I was like, "Ma, why you say that?" And she would say, "Baby, it's because the way they treated us, the way they did us, is how we was treated." Well, it was my ancestors' slavery. It was my grandmother, mother, and father in slavery that had her. She said they was born back in those times, but she lived through racial depressions too, because she was at the time, she lived in the time where whites and blacks would have to be separated. Blacks couldn't go into certain stores, how they had to go back up to the back of the store to go in the store. She would talk and tell me about those times where they weren't allowed to eat in certain restaurants, where they had to go and sit at the back of the bus. The time that I felt violated by race when we was young, in certain neighborhoods we couldn't go into without being threatened or beat up or hurt because of the color of our skin. Like the house I'm living at and the area I'm living at now, when I was young, we couldn't come in this area. We was told we couldn't come in this area because of what would happen to us because of the color of our skin. Growing up and hearing these stories, I was disturbed. But I always felt like, and I always told it wasn't, everybody wasn't like it. I mean, like my grandma said, she had a nice white lady that helped her out when she was coming up. Even though she still went through racial depression and problems, she said all of them wasn't like it. That's how I was taught. All of them wasn't like it. So I feel as though, even though our ancestors went through it, And I feel though you shouldn't never forget your history. You should always learn where you came from. I think our children should know what the blacks did for this world. I mean, the contribute they did to build this country up. I think our children should know that. And I just think we should let God deal with the evildoers and racists. Still love them, let God deal with them. Because everybody wants racist. Everybody wants hate. And to me, I feel like a racial thing is something that's taught. But when you're young, I feel though it was taught. I feel like every baby born in this world was not born to hate. It was taught. When you're born in this world knowing nothing. What you get is what you learn and pick up as you grow up. So my advice is to learn your history. Know it, surround it, learn your rights, know your rights. Learn these laws, know these laws. And put God in your life and pray and keep going on.
But sometimes you ask yourself, where's the peace? Everybody always talking about peace, but as long as you find peace in what you're doing, then you're successful. And that's what people don't realize. So you got to do stuff to where you can go to sleep at night.
Because the glory is in you.